we have just altered our properties in the serial class, and this will allow us to talk to the microbit at the same speed, allow the microbit to transmit data through a particular communications port 8, and we've opened the channels for communication, and we just ran our data to see how the properties looked initially and how they have now changed. And so what I need to do is start off by getting rid of those two lines because they were only for testing purposes only. So the communication channels are ready to go, and what is happening is the microbit is transmitting data, but it's in the virtual abyss at the moment because it's kind of getting lost in Atlantic City, if you like, or the virtual world there. It's just disappearing. So let's do something with it. Let's grab it, and we're going to use a while loop. Now, a while loop is a loop that will keep looping around. The while loop in particular is a condition control loop, and it will stop based on some condition being met. So I'm going to set an actual infinite while loop. I'm just going to say while true, and this is just going to continue while it's true, and it will always be true. It's never going to change to false. And the idea of this is I want to continually listen and pick up any new data that's coming through the on and the off state from the microbit. So what we do then is we get our data, and we're going to use the read line method to read it in, and let's print that data just to see it and make sure that it's coming through okay. So we run this, and there's our data coming through. And it's coming through as a bytes type object. And as it's coming through the bytes type object, you're also getting some weird buffer kind of data here. So I'm going to deal with that in a moment, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shove this stuff in a variable, and I'm just going to run it again to make sure that that's going okay so far. And just make sure, print data, and you can see it's still transmitting through there again. That's fine. Now, as I say, this is a bytes type object, so if I try to do any string methods or any changes on it, I'm going to get errors. And we can just try it actually, just to show you this. So I'm going to clean the data here, clean the data that is coming through. And what I want to do is I want to overwrite my original data variable using what's known as the replace method. And basically the replace method takes two arguments, argument 1 and argument 2. Argument 1 is what you want to replace. So for example, I want to get rid of this B here. So I say, all right, that's what I want to target. And what do you want to happen here? Well, I want to make it an empty space. I want to chop it off altogether, get rid of it. Don't want it there. So if I go to print the data now, you will see that I'm going to get an error. It will actually print the data initially, and then I will get an error. So let's see that. So, and look, it printed it initially, and then I got an error because it tried to do this string method on it. And basically, when I'm reading in the data here, this is not a string data type. This is a bytes-like object. So very easily, I cast this to a string by just enclosing this section here inside the string function. And that will cast it to a string. And now if I run it, you can see that I'm going to get the B is there the first time, it's gone the second time. That's because I printed the data. So let me stop that again and clear this fella. And let's now run it again. And you can see that B is gone. And to show you that I'm actually getting rid of that space there, I could put in anything I want. Like I could put in a question mark here, or a double question mark even. So I want to replace B that was originally coming in with a double question mark, and see how it's coming in as a double question mark, but I don't want that. I want to get rid of it completely. So let's get rid of that. Make sure we have it got rid of. And we have some more stuff to clean, such as this apostrophe and this stuff over here, the carriage return and the new line. So we will do that in the next video.